Her laughter was the first crack. It came sharp, careless, echoing off the silverware and wine glasses. We were at the dinner table, 8 of us, surrounded by warmth, by light, by the illusion of safety. Then she said it. He's like a second father figure, supportive but not exciting. The room rippled with laughter. Even I smiled. That trained, social smile you wear when humiliation parades as humor. But my eyes didn't move. They stayed on her. The way her hand brushed her hair, the tilt of her wine glass, careless, confident. And then her younger sister, Claire, leaned closer across the table. Her lips barely moved, but the words sliced through the noise like a whisper meant for me. Actually, he's the most exciting man I've ever met. The sound of her voice, I still remember it. Low, controlled. Not teasing, remembering. My wife froze mid-laugh. The silence that followed was colder than truth. Her eyes darted between us, searching for context that wasn't there. Her fork hit the plate. I didn't say a word, because in that instant, I already knew. The night went on, but something in her face fractured. Every smile was delayed. Every glance toward her sister, avoided. And me? I played the part. The steady husband, the harmless one, the father figure. But inside, a new language began writing itself in my mind. One built on silence, observation, control. I watched her pour more wine. Her hands shook slightly. Claire avoided eye contact now too. It was enough. Later that night when we got home, she was distant. Overly affectionate, then cold again. Guilt smells different. It's not perfume, it's panic disguised as routine. I lay awake beside her, staring into the dark, replaying Claire's voice. Actually, he's the most exciting man I've ever met. Not was, is. The next days blurred into method. I became quiet, too quiet for her to notice the shift. I answered softly, observed constantly. Her phone stayed face down more often. She smiled at messages that weren't mine. I didn't check her phone, not yet. Curiosity is amateur. Confirmation requires patience. So I watched patterns. Claire called less. My wife's tone changed when her name appeared on caller ID, light, forced, scripted. A week later, I saw the first proof without searching. Her laptop open on the kitchen counter. A single photo minimized too late. Claire's apartment. My wife's sweater. A reflection in the mirror. Me, holding the camera. Years ago. Except this time, it wasn't my reflection, it was hers. The same pose, the same angle. Recreated. That night, I copied her phone back up to my computer. Quietly. No need for confrontation. Not yet. By the next morning, I had everything. Messages, calls, a string of months when she visited family and I stayed behind to work. Claire's name in every lie. 2 sisters, one of them my wife, the other something else entirely. I printed the messages, just enough to be undeniable, not enough for her to explain away. That night, I set them on the dining table, the same table where the laughter began. When she came home, she saw them. She froze, didn't ask what they were, didn't need to. Her hand reached for the papers, then stopped midway. I watched the realization bloom, slow, suffocating. "You went through my phone?" Her voice trembled, fragile and useless. I didn't answer. Silence is the sharpest blade when truth bleeds by itself. Tears came, apologies followed, excuses built from desperation. It was a mistake, it didn't mean anything. I listened, not because I cared, but because watching her unravel was instructional. When she finally asked if I hated her, I smiled, small, controlled. "No," I said, "you taught me something." The next evening, I invited Claire over. said we needed to talk. My wife didn't know she was coming. When the door opened and their eyes met, the air changed, dense, electric, poisonous. I poured 3 glasses of wine, placed them on the table, then slid the printed pages between them. "You both remember this table," I said quietly. Neither spoke. Claire's lips parted, but no sound came. I waited, long enough for the silence to do what words never could. Then I stood, took my coat, left them there, with the wreckage of their own design. I didn't go home that night, or the next. When she called, I let it ring. When she cried through voicemail, I listened once, only once, then deleted them all. It wasn't anger that stayed with me, it was clarity. People think betrayal destroys you. It doesn't. It edits you, cuts out the parts that still believed in softness. Weeks later, a mutual friend mentioned she moved in with her sister for comfort. I almost laughed, because now, every time they sit across from each other, they'll see me, in memory, in guilt, in every silence between them. And that's all I ever wanted. Not revenge, just permanence. Some lessons don't fade.